It was a bit dramatic how I left you there, guys, wasn't it? But genuinely, that last day at Lucinda's, I really struggled to get any words out and to tell you at all how I was feeling after having what was essentially a breakdown on D and not being able to continue my jumping session. So I figured, it's snowing outside, the weather is literally so awful, I can't be out there doing things with the horses right now, so let's just come in. I'm sat by the fire, all the ponies are tucked up for the evening in bed, and I thought it'd be good to fill you guys in what I've actually done since Lucinda's. Now, I did go back the following day to actually jump D again because I could not leave that place not going over a fence again because I knew I wouldn't be strong enough to do it at home. So you guys are going to see the footage of the following day when we weren't actually meant to be having any lessons, but Lucinda squeezed me in at 7:30 in the morning. We're going to go through that. And then also I went to my first competition the other day. So I'm also going to show you that footage, give you a little voiceover, just talk about how I've been feeling really. I've been pushing these issues down. I've been trying to overcome them by myself and by riding other horses, and Lucinda's really was very eye-opening for me because it made me realise that that fall has actually had a much bigger impact on me than I thought it did, and we're getting ever so close to badminton now, so I really need to get on top of this. Before we get going, I want to quickly thank the sponsor of this video though, and it is a very fitting one. Now, before I go ahead and talk about Wine 52, I want to quickly preface this by saying I'm going to be talking about drinking responsibly for the next 2 minutes or so. But if this is anyway a trigger for you, or you're under 18 and not particularly interested in this, just go ahead and skip for 2 minutes. I also do want to say that I am by no means saying alcohol is a solution to any problems you may be having in your life. However, Wine 52 has been a lovely treat to look forward to each month, and it's been something that I've been really enjoying taking part in. So if you've never heard of Wine 52, don't panic, because I'm going to take you through step by step what they're all about, and by the end of this ad you could get your hands on a free case of wine and just have to pay the postage. So you're going to want to follow the link down below and you could be getting a case like this coming through your door. So Wine 52 is going to allow you to be part of a monthly wine club. Don't those words just ring so beautifully in your ears? Each month you'll have a case of wine sent through the post. Of course, you can decide if you prefer reds, whites, or if you like a mix. I personally went for a mix because I'm just starting to explore the world of red wine and I'm really here for it. However, today I have gone for this beautifully delicate white. So this month, Wine 52 has taken us off to Georgia. So it's really nice to taste some wines from there. I can't say that I've tasted too many Georgian wines. I have decided to go for the Chimadchu white wine, made with hand-harvested Rakitaselli grapes. Now that is a sentence that you probably wouldn't be able to say after enjoying a bottle of this wine. But we're not here to have the bottle, we are here to enjoy these citrusy notes and peachy flavours. So let's go ahead and have a sip. I didn't actually record me tasting this for the first time, but I genuinely did a real life. Oh my word, that's really nice. Oh my word, that is actually really nice. Has an excellent weight and concentration on the palate. Now, I'm not claiming to be a self-professed wine geek, but I do really enjoy a nice glass of wine. And I've also got a dad and granddad who are very big into their wines. Now that does make having them round for dinner parties a little bit difficult because I have no idea what to serve them. And I always feel a little bit rude telling them to bring their own wine. So I think that is somewhere where Wine 52 is really going to help me out because I'll be able to enjoy nice wines with the people I love. And they do send you a little cheat sheet. So you can actually read up about your wines. It's really nice to learn about them and learn where they've come from. But it'll also help you say educated wine things like has an excellent weight and concentration on the palate. So if you fancy entering the monthly World of Wine, as I said, you can head down to the link below. That's the word wine and then the numbers 52.com/ponies. And that will take you to the Wine 52 website where you can claim your free case of wine and just have to pay the $8.95 postage. So this will enroll you into the monthly World of Wine, and after your free trial, the boxes will cost £32 per month. Now, you can cancel this for free at any time and there's no minimum requirement. So head to wine52.com/ponies to find out more and start your free trial today. Cheers. So I want to work chronologically with this because I feel like it will make the most sense. So obviously I started crying, I got off D, Ellie got on D, did the most spectacular job of jumping her round. I was in awe, it was absolutely amazing, and massive thank you, Ellie, for doing that. I then got back on DD, attempted to do an outro. Can you even call it an outro? It was pretty ropey. So that evening, Tina and I then went home, and Tina has actually been working with a sports coach recently called Katie, Integrative Sports Coaching on Instagram. I'm just gonna pop that up because it'll actually be easier for you guys to find it that way. And she very kindly slotted me in. It was about 10:30 at night. She was like, look, let's just have a quick call because I knew that I was gonna be jumping the following day at that point. And if I didn't do anything in that kind of, I don't know, 14-hour window that we had between the two sessions, it's probably a bit longer than 14 hours, but you know what I mean, I was only going to be repeating what I'd just done. So Katie very kindly squeezed me in and we had a really good call, and subsequently I have started working with her, so massive thank you, Katie. We're going to be doing weekly sessions to try and work through this. I've now had 2 and I'm finding them really, really helpful. Personally for me, I think what helps the most is Katie's able to explain what's going on in my brain, but more as like a chemical reaction. And we're also going through different exercises and things I can do like before I get on and whilst I'm on to try and overcome this absolute confidence crash. So we went through some breathing exercises and I was doing those before I got on the following morning. So we're now gonna head back to that very last morning where Lucinda kindly squeezed me in for that extra jumping lesson and see how I get on.
Give a bit more room. Oh, it's okay. So it was a tiny little bit. I'm going to give you a little jump now. So it's exactly the same. Go to the right once, and then I'll put your little jump.
Okay. Good girl.
No, and it's just whether or not you try and think of your lower leg more in the position of canter. That might help her.
Okay.
All right. Look at the last. Look at the last. Yeah. Keep going.
Good girl.
Oh, good girl. Keen enough. Good, good. Doesn't matter, good. Oh. Nice, nice.
Sorry.
Sort of. Does it feel too short? I can lengthen it.
Feels quite short.
Yeah, that's fine. I can lengthen it. Good, she landed united.
Yep.
Make sure you support her. Good.
Yeah,
good.
Better.
Better?
Yeah, much better.
Good. Squeeze her mouth. Very good. Does that feel better?
Yeah.
Yeah, counting all the way. That's really good. Keep a little feel of her mouth.
Good
Super.
girl.
Easy.
Yeah, much better.
Hold her, hold her. Good. No faster. Good.
Oh God, we've gone disunited. Ah, I'm gonna have to do a circle, sorry.
It's all right. The think about just keep your weight down on your inside.
Yeah.
Good. Looking. Eyes on. Eyes on. Lovely. Good. Good. So both of them again.
Okay.
Good. Hold her. That's better.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah, I felt
So
that.
hold her, count. Same canter. Good. Lovely. Okay, the only thing over the oxer, what do you do with your body?
Overhold, yeah.
So round here, you're keeping a great position.
Okay.
You're sitting up.
Then I get nervous and throw myself out.
Well, you don't finish. What I'm going to get you to do it again. After the oxer, you're going straight round there again.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you use the 2 exercises, oxer and poles, oxer and poles? Or let's go left, we can come back to that, and do poles, and then round here. Oh, and that's very nice through there. So
Okay.
you'll be jumping the pure at a very small angle.
Okay.
Very small.
Okay.
Good. Hold her hand. Good. Lovely. Super. Don't panic with your body. Lovely. Poles again. Just recover. It's okay.
Yep. We're fine. Girl.
Think of your poles. Poles. Support. Heel down on the inside. Support. Poles, poles. Better with your body.
Yeah.
Much better. Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. Quiet. Good. Better?
Yeah, much better.
Right. You can go round and do just the plank. Oh, and then do you want to come down through the 2 hedges?
Yeah.
Okay, do that then.
So I'm coming.
You're going to do poles,
Poles. Plank.
plank,
Yeah.
outside, and I
Okay.
mean along here.
Uh-huh.
So she's got no idea she's jumping that.
Yeah.
Along there
Oxer.
to that one.
Just the
Plank again,
Okay.
because this might be a bit long for her.
Yeah.
We know she does that because
Yeah.
she did the
We've
grid.
seen that. We don't need that, guys.
No. And then round and the double of hedges.
Yeah.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
And if she ends up being disunited, just push her to the track, right her a bit,
Okay.
as in leg yield her out, make her trot and canter, or you continue in wrong canter. You know, they have to manage it.
Yeah, no, they
and
do.
They will always change their back leg or their front leg,
Yeah.
probably their front leg, before they take off anyway.
Okay.
They rarely, some horses can, but they rarely take off disunited.
Yeah.
Good, support her, support her. Rhythm, rhythm.
Come on, Dee Dee.
Rhythm, all the way. Shorten your rein a bit,
Yeah, well done.
just a bit.
Good, you're fine.
Here,
You're fine. You're fine.
that's good.
You're fine. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. Good girl.
Very good.
Well done, sweetie.
That's better. Plank, so down here. Hand still. That's right.
Good girl. There we go. It's better. That's it. Support.
That's better. Good.
Well done, Dee Dee. No, come on.
Good. On here. Hand still. Look at the now. Look at the second. Look at the second. Yeah. Get trotting if it's cold, okay?
Well done,
Good girl.
sweetie.
Trot, trot. Cold, cold, cold. Ooh, trot. Hey, good.
Yeah, better.
All
Bit
right.
haphazard at the start.
Only because there's a very small difference of speed and shortness that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So if she's that tiny bit short and quick, then there's a bit of tension in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, do you want to do the corners?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, keep trotting here, just here. Slower. It's got a bit quick. Yeah. Gently. That's right. Round the green thing. Where's she going? Good. Okay, good. Go back and start again. Just so that your body is got a bit like that. Okay. Just think about letting her be out in front a bit.
Yeah, I got to like,
Yeah.
again.
Okay, off you go. Good. All right?
Yep.
Just let the lower leg relax forward, knees open. That's right. Support her nicely. Good, shoulders up. Tighter hand. Don't pull, just lean back on her mouth.
We're fine.
It's okay.
Sorry, I'm just getting over pulley.
Good. Looking. Look at the front rail. Good, good. Good. Shoulders up.
Yep.
Don't fold. She's coming to the double now. Don't fold. Imagine you going downhill. Good. Up, up. Easy.
Yep.
Corner. Lovely. That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
when
feels
you
like,
when you get nervous or anxious, you just chase a little bit and then
Yeah.
you push her onto her forehand.
Yeah.
And that's when she just loses balance. If you're a bit more upright, she's got this was lovely.
Yeah.
You're more upright. And then she doesn't need you on her shoulders.
No, and I feel like it gives me more time in the air if I'm not going like that because I don't have to do as
I
much.
explained yesterday, granny driving.
Yeah.
Granny driving, they're all like this. They got no idea who's around them. All right? So you
Yeah.
gotta sit away from the ears with your chest.
Yeah.
That's good. Yes. Oh, much better.
Yeah.
Much better. Look at the last. Look at the last. Shoulders up, 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 up. Yeah, you chased her a little bit.
Yep.
Do the hedges. Tight hand, tight, tight. That's better. Now the double again. Tight hand, tight. Yeah, got it. I think what you do is you drop her.
I think that's also partly position because I go forward, my hands go forward
Yes,
as well.
yeah, and then she's dropped and she's like,
Yeah.
where are you?
Because I noticed then with less folding, I have to be
Well,
less
you
conscious of holding on as much.
You'll automatically have more contact.
Exactly, yeah. Good girl.
I think that's probably enough for her.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, she's
She's
done
been
quite a
busy.
See, you got it back now.
Thank God.
Yes, I'm slightly relieved.
No, that was good. I'm glad I did that. Oh, good girl.
I'm slightly relieved. But you know what? You're far better to admit that you're in a complete pickle and you
Yep.
can't do it that moment. You're not, as I said, you're not under any pressure yesterday.
No.
You know, either you did it yesterday afternoon or you had to come back, do it
Yeah.
this morning.
Yeah, and I think
But
the
at
trouble
least
is if-
now you can go home and actually say, right,
yeah, I know what I'm doing.
yes, and you've got to force yourself to jump her.
Yeah.
You do, you really do, because you know it's not ideal that you don't have to jump a lot, but you do need to jump. You've got to
yeah.
practice.
Yeah. Naughty Meggie, not jumping since October. Thanks, Boo. At least I know, like, I have things to work on going away now.
Well, because yesterday you were just stuck.
So definitely more positive, that jumping session. I mean, the fact that I got over any jumps at all was a miracle. Yes, it wasn't as pretty as I would like. I'm kind of so far away from working on the technical sides of riding at the minute, and it's way more about getting over the fences and also not having that real sensation of panic. I was genuinely terrified that day that we did arena cross country, and I think you can kind of see it playing out when I'm doing the bounces. I just kept missing, and even Lucinda was saying that, oh no, like you're just giving up on her the last stride, which is exactly what it feels like. So a few strides out, I get this overwhelming feeling of basically being like, you need to stop, like you need to stop this right now. And I think the reason is because I remember so vividly, guys, like if I shut my eyes, I can genuinely see the strides before that fence at Bicton. And I know 3 strides out, I had this moment where I thought, you're so wrong, like you are so wrong for this fence, because I'd asked to go on that long stride. And that's the feeling I'm getting before every single fence that I jump. And my brain's now just being like, stop. Like you need to pull out of the fence. Like you can't hurt the horse if you just stop. And my body's kind of seeing it as like a life or death situation at the minute. And it's incredibly hard to override that kind of like natural feeling, that like baseline human instinct feeling. Another thing I've kind of been thinking about is I think that for some bizarre reason, even though I didn't fall off of D's almost got more association with the fear and the panic for me. And I think the reason for that is because obviously I jumped D the day after at Bicton. Now none of this was on camera, guys, because Mum and Han and Pete were literally like, is she okay? Do we need to go home? But I was bawling my eyes out in that warm-up. I turned to do the cross pole and I just started crying. I was so petrified. I was so scared to go into that show jumping ring. And it was just horrible. And the whole, like, although the Bicton round, like, it wasn't an awful round and we obviously went clear and Dee was amazing. She looked after me so much. But that was the most fearful I was on a horse because it was straight after the fall. I wasn't scared on Jam because we had the fall and then I was off her. Whereas I've kind of got all of those feelings associated with poor Dee. So I think that's why it's almost come more to light when I'm riding Dee rather than when I was riding Jam. Sounds so bizarre, and to be honest, like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm just trying to kind of logically put these feelings and actions in order somewhere. I do apologise, guys, because I feel like I'm almost using you lot as therapy right now, but it is really good to talk about these feelings. And although it was a very vulnerable position to put myself in, putting that video out and putting this video out, I always want to keep it real on this channel. And of course, like, I know that every single rider has confidence issues at some point. So yeah, we're gonna go through this journey together. Speaking of journeys, I obviously get back from Lucinda's and realise I have my first event entered and I've not been competing since Bicton, so it's kind of like important that we get out competing. So I jumped D once at home. I don't actually think I have any footage of that, annoyingly, but I just did one singular fence and basically just worked over it from like on the ground, and we built it up to like a 90 centimeter oxer because I wanted to try and get back to like jumping that height. But again, zero pressure. It was just one fence just to practice coming around like as low key as possible. I didn't want a whole course set up because like Dee would get more excited and more difficult to ride. So we did that, and then it was time to attempt competing. So it was about a week or just over a week after I'd got back from Lucinda's. I entered a really low key arena eventing competition. And although I did vlog the event, I feel like it actually makes more sense to just put the footage in here for you and give you a bit of a voiceover. I was feeling very nervous for it, so I decided to do the 80 and the 90. I haven't done an 80 on D in literal years, but it seemed like the most terrifying thing in the world. So really important, guys, do not feel ashamed of going down a level. Like, even if you have to go down 2 levels, it's honestly so much more important to have a positive experience for you and the horse. So put her in the 80, and like, we warmed up fine, to be fair. She was being really good. Dee was so excited to be out, which was really nice. My heart was kind of beating through my chest, but I was just trying to channel all of Lucinda's wonderful words, really.
Oh, are you keen? One, thank you, well done. Go through that. 1, 2, 3,
dear, poor Maggie.
5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 1,
Girl,
2,
beautiful
3,
first jump.
4, 5, 6, 8.
Hey guys, it's me. So you may have noticed I'm wearing microphones for the first time ever competing here, and I just wanted to leave that first bit of sounding because it did get a bit patchy after that. But I don't know if you can hear my breathing. After fence 1, coming around that corner, I had an absolute wave of panic and kind of like involuntarily started crying. Like my eyes were streaming, I could hardly see the fences, and you can kind of hear like I get that kind of shaky bit. And honestly, like I had this moment where I thought, okay, like do I just pull up? Like this isn't going to work today. But I think it was Dee, like genuinely being so keen. Then I was like, no, come on, like you are fine. Like Dee is such a little school mistress. Like she can take me around this easy peasy. So yeah, carried on, and once I got through the double and over those wavy planks, you can see now, I actually started feeling a lot better, and it's almost like the muscle memory kind of took over. And yeah, like it suddenly became a lot easier. I got out of the headspace, and yes, I'm very grabby. It's by no means my best round at all, but we got into a bit more of a flow, which I think is exactly what I needed.
Beautiful.
Good girl.
Well done.
49.32.
Well done. Thank you. Good girl. Thank you.
Had to keep that cute audio of Mum. It was really nice having us both mic'd up. Anywho, we are now into the 90. So the plan was always go for the 80. If I felt terrible in the 80, I was going to ask to go in and do that again in HC. If it all went okay, then I'd do the 90. So yeah, had a little think, and I was like, actually, I feel okay to do the 90. And obviously, I've got my first event entered end of March, and I'm doing a 90. So I was like, probably ought to have a little test run. So it actually started out all right. I mean, I think there I look quite kind of like tense in my arms and my shoulders. I felt when I was riding that we didn't have the best jump over fence 1. Watching it, it literally looks fine. So then I actually quite liked this line here. I completely see what Lucinda means about me overfolding and kind of collapsing. And then the double, we don't have the best ride. So I wanted to kind of commit to the 2, and it was just a little bit long. So I get a little bit left behind, and then we're in a bit of a pickle over these wavy planks. Now, when I was riding this, you can see here, like I kind of have to compose myself again. I genuinely thought that was terrible. Like it felt awful. I was like, oh, like this is like, it's going to go so badly now the round's ruined. And I really need to learn that things really don't look as bad as they feel sometimes. So yeah, that's a big takeaway from this. This was odd. You had to go behind these little white boards between like the show jumping and cross country section, but you had to go slow enough, and then the judge would buzz you when you were allowed to continue. So kind of killed the rhythm a bit, but into cross country we go. And I don't know, I would love to be able to ride her as forward and as open as Ellie. Honestly, that is like my absolute aim in life, is to just be able to have that kind of looser rein, not be so tense and grabby, because she just looked amazing. But no, I was pleased with this. It wasn't the prettiest, but it wasn't awful. And we actually ended up coming second, which was amazing. Lovely little confidence boost.
Good girl. Rusty, but that's okay. Well done.
Super job. Oh, I think Maggie will be very happy
Good
with that.
girl. She was epic. I mean, I think it's just obvious when it goes a bit bigger. I obviously panic more, so there was just a few.
Wanted to go more slowly.
Yeah. There were a few hiccups, but it's fine. Like, we rode through them.
Exactly, you kept going.
Kept going. She was really good.
She was brilliant.
And the good thing is, like, she's scoping enough that at 90, if I planted at the bottom, she's scoping, she's clever to get herself out.
And she's very forgiving, isn't she?
Yeah,
she
I wish I could have had her a bit more forward, but
you will.
It's hard when you're in there.
The first thing back after.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I'm really, really pleased with her.
So there we have it, my confidence story. Like I said, guys, I want to keep as open and as honest as I possibly can with you on this topic. So I'm going to keep you in the loop, but for now, I'm going to finish my delicious glass of wine and snacks. Remember to check out Wine 52, the link is down below. I live, laugh, love you, and yeah, thanks for coming along with this journey.